Marc here, co-founder of Tracify, and in today's video I want to speak about a big red flag for agencies that you have to look at if you are a brand, and the red flag is that they are optimizing based on metadata. And I will explain you why this is a big red flag and probably costs you a lot of money. Let's jump into the sheet. So if we look at the reasons why optimizing based on metadata a big agency red flag is, it's pretty simple, and the agencies probably all know that, but they use the situation that they know more about tracking and attribution and meta than you probably to report you wrong data. So the reasons here is pretty simple. First thing, meta tracking is very limited due to cookie consent in iOS 14.5. So the reality is Meta can't really track all conversions. So it's not possible anymore. We have seen that ad accounts have 65% loss in data. So they already know, okay, Meta has not all conversions in their ad account anymore. What Meta does is they model a lot of conversions due to that tracking problem. And these 2 points come together. And they know that Meta probably models more conversions that they're losing. So at the end, it's better for them because they can show you better data. Meta only looks at the last 7 days within the attribution window. So Meta really looks at a fraction of your customer journey in a small segment. Meta also only looks at themselves. So there's no other channel included, which also makes Meta look much better. And also Meta offers only last click or last touch conversions. So only the low hanging fruits, bottom of funnel, and really overvaluing the last click or the last touch. And most agencies, they use 7-day click, 1-day view attribution, which is very inflated by the view conversions. So non-incremental conversions. So few conversions is very problematic because they are not very incremental. So probably the data looks good, but you don't see additional revenue in your shop because this is like a tool, the setting of Meta that really makes the data look better in essence. And the agency probably wants to report good looking numbers instead of the incremental reality. And all those reasons combined probably cost you a lot of money, maybe in terms of inefficiency of ad spend, also maybe in terms of performance fees, because often then they get bonus kickers performance fees based on the revenue they're bringing, for example, on 7-day click, 1-day view. And this costs you a lot of money. And what are the best agencies do differently here? They use Tracify as their tracking and attribution tool, where there's only click tracking and you really see the conversions that happened. And they know that they shouldn't include view attributions into their reporting because they're inflating the ad account. They're also very conservative about their attributions, so they report conservative numbers rather than inflated numbers. Because if you're good on a conservative basis, you're pretty much better at a realistic or at a more optimistic basis, but they're not reporting inflated numbers. They also use Tracify AI attribution to consider other channels and touch points because they also cost money, and it's often very, very important that you see the customer journey as a complete picture. And they differentiate between new and existing customers. So for example, your old agency or your current agency, they're spending a lot of money existing customers that you already got because they're converting fast, they have already built the trust, but you don't want to spend twice customer acquisition cost to a returning customer. And that's very important. That's why I highly recommend you, if you are not using Tracify and you make a check here at certain points with your agency, then I would highly recommend you to book a free demo, implement Tracify. Tracify will show you the real data of your performance marketing, and you will then see the unfiltered truth. We don't have any biases towards good performance or bad performance. We don't have to lie to you. We're just showing simply the conversion data and the performance. And maybe you sometimes have the feeling, and that's what when I talk to customers, they tell me this. Before they were using Tracify, they had the feeling they are spending money on Meta, but nothing happens in the shop. And if you have slightly this feeling, then you should definitely also test Tracify, because we will show you where you can effectively and efficiently spend your next marketing euro. This is the reason for the video, because we have seen a lot of brands that got scammed by agencies that were just using their knowledge to report them inflated data, make more money, but the price paid, of course, the brand. We have also a lot of agencies that do things differently and are very legit. And they report the right numbers and they know how to really scale an ad account effectively and efficiently, because nobody has something from an inflated ad account, because the profit in the bank account will not go up, and there will also be not more margin to scale. So basically this is very short term, and yeah, the best agencies know that. So yeah, if you have the feeling that some things that I told here match to you, book a free demo and we will check everything.